Welcome back. It is Friday, Mike Eppel's favorite day, and I was asking you in break, Mike, if you are actually a Michael. You said yes. We're
Correct.
learning so many things about you. And middle name, we don't know yet. We want to learn more, Mike. We want to learn more.
No, you don't. That's okay.
Of course we do. Come on.
No, I think the secrecy leads to the intrigue, which is just perfect.
Okay, mysterious Mike. Let's talk a little bit about what we've been following in news regarding the consulates. And this is making some major moves on the markets, of course.
Yeah, it's something we were talking about earlier this week when the U.S. announced the closure of that consulate in Houston, Melanie, and now China has retaliated, as they said they would, closing the U.S. consulate in the city of Chengdu. And this, again, brings back every time we see heightened tensions between the two trade superpowers, the markets get worried about it. And we saw, actually overnight, a slump for stocks in China by 5%. It's about 1.5% to the negative through the European markets. And interestingly enough, the U.S. Markets aren't looking as bad this morning, down by about a 0.25% on some of the benchmarks. So under that circumstance, something to watch. And the fear is here that it escalates, right? We've seen this time and time again, that they go back and forth with diplomatic measures and then sort of cool things off. So we'll see where this trends here in the near term.
You're also following, Mike, obviously, retail failure right now. And is this COVID related, or is this something that was the previous problem? Okay. This one's
no, it's the Ascena Group, and they were warning about going into Chapter 11. They own Ann Taylor, Lane Bryant, and Justice, tween kids store. They're closing all of the Justice locations here in Canada. That's 31 locations. In North America, this company has about 2,200 stores under all of those brands. They're closing about half of them in a bankruptcy reorganization. So we see this cascading effect through the retail sector of reorganizations. I was just reading that Brooks Brothers, which earlier this week filed for Chapter 11, it has a takeover bid just announced this morning, which may save that brand, which has been around since 1818 in the men's and women's wear markets. So again, you're seeing restructurings, buyouts, and again, the problem is the lost jobs.
Absolutely.
You know, they are closing stores in the process.
Let's now talk about some delays when it comes to the big screen.
Well, and this is, again, theaters are waiting to reopen. They're trying to with limited capacity. Can they make any money on that? And do they have anything to show? Paramount's delaying the new Top Gun movie to July of next year. The live-action Mulan film is delayed by Disney. The next installments of Star Wars movies are being delayed. This is all partly because of the uncertainty related to theaters, partly, Melanie, the fact that these movie productions have all been slowed down dramatically. So, there is some going on right now, but how do you get a big budget film, into mass circulation, unless you do what Apple Plus just did with Tom Hanks' latest war epic. So there are ways to do it. It's just a matter of whether or not these companies want to take that risk.
Absolutely. We've run out of time, Mike, but we really need to show this Qantas Airlines video that you have flagged for us.
Yes, the last Qantas Boeing 747. Qantas used to be the exclusively 747s, but they're retiring their last one. It's going to the Mojave Desert into storage, and the pilots on the last flight before they headed over to North America drew a kangaroo, and you see that on the flight tracker network for Qantas saying goodbye to the 747. British Airways also grounding their fleet of those big jumbo jets this week.
Oh, that's sad, but that is very cool to see. I love that flight path. Yeah.
Indeed.
All right, Mike, have yourself a wonderful weekend. Michael.
Thank you.
Do you like Michael? You don't?
My dad
Mike,
called me Michael.
Mike, it is. All right. Devo's saying no. Sorry, Mike. He says no. Devo's just Devo, right? It doesn't stand for anything longer?
It's Devo.
Just Devo.
Yeah, it does. He doesn't like it. You can tell by that uncomfortable.
I know. It was like he was in trouble, Michael.